Yo, welcome back. It's awesome that you're tuning in because we're going to be doing a little bit of a chit about another weird game box. We have seen many here on the channel, but some of them will actually stick with me because they're like really bad or look really horrible. So we're having over here the Flaming Girl, and we're having all kinds of weird things. We get 12-month guarantee, like not warranty but guarantee, that we're going to be having a shit box. We're having retro game console, super entertainment system. Don't forget, man, this is like super absolutely HD and AV out functionality. Having TF download the game at will. Yeah, what that actually means. Full HD, the MP401 is actually also called. At the back we're going to be finding some figures from Tekken 5. We're having the fake PlayStation controllers, some weird looking PS4 knockoff deformed thing. But let's check out what we're getting inside of the package. So we're going to be having an AV out, okay, an HDMI cable. So everything is actually in the box. So if you're going to be losing it, this is one of those things having like a jack to AV, so not like a normal tulip cable. So in here we're going to be in 12 volt 1 amp, nothing very fancy. Toilet paper manual of the MP401. Not a lot of information. We do have English over here, but you know, it doesn't give you any, it's an interesting overall information how you need to add games or whatsoever. So in here we're finding, I can already smell it, you know. I can already smell the chemical smell, because this is like the ultimate chemical controllers from China with not a rubberized joystick and super bad cheap feel. So this is the system itself. This is, by the way, another controller, and we're going to be leaving that one in the box. At the front we're going to be doing USB ports, on and off switch. At the back we're going to be having USB, we're having HDMI. This is the SD card, so let's see if this is actually in brand. It's not even size. It's a glitch in the matrix, absolutely. So that is one thing that happens all the time. AV out, and in here we're going to be having an input for the power supply. So let's hook everything up. Let's get myself the comical controller. And let's see how good, how bad this thing is. The machine has been connected, so let's take a close look at the boot sequence, if there's anything fancy or funny going on. So you know, we never know what these wicked things from China. Or does it have no intro and just boots up into the menu? Yeah, that's actually what happens. Okay, that's kind of boring. However, let's take a close look at the menu. So this is nothing very fancy. There's no EmuElec, nothing going on over here. So we do have Cave. I think I said that's, is it not like that emulator Cave it's called, or is it just a game? Do I get into this freaking menu? Okay, so this is just actually an emulator of MAME. We're going to be using, you know what's kind of funny? We're going to be using 1, not X or A, no, 1 over here. It's like a triangle. It's completely crazy what they're doing. So they made all the effort to make a Street Fighter folder. Oh yeah, with Street Fighter 6 people. That is the real shit, man. That's absolutely real shit. Oh, I have seen this on some multi-cards. I have seen it like on some really weird things, like when it comes to this. Oh, this is so bad, but I do need to show you actually what's going on with this. Oh, so I am Chun-Li, okay. You can do even the special moves. Pressing select to start doesn't do anything. Let's see how we can get back into the menu. Oh, there we go. What did I just do? I'm just pressing, oh, we need to hold the back buttons. Okay, we're going to be pressing 2, no. Oh, we need to hold all of the buttons. Press 1 for exiting. Okay, that is one to do. And so over here we're having settings, language, prompt D-pad information. That's some really weird settings. Ooh, cap original aspect ratio, so that's cool. Picture size, picture effect. And here we're in the folder. I'm guessing we can actually look into the folder itself. Oh, that's it. I'm guessing this is what I last played. And of course having all kinds of different systems. It's very limited when it comes to that. Let's move into the Sega Genesis era. See what's going on. We do have the option to actually make favorites by pressing 4, so that's kind of cool. So the thing has like it has actually aspect ratio. That's absolutely a freaking miracle, to be honest. So DJ Boy, oh yeah, let's run DJ Boy. Let's see how the emulation of DJ Boy is. I'm just pressing buttons because I have no idea how it's actually configured. Oh, okay. So the D-pad itself doesn't feel that bad. Let's go with the analog stick. Yeah, it's awful. And I think it's mainly because this bloody thing doesn't have any freaking grip on the joystick. Oh, we just need to press seriously all 4 buttons. Oh. And go back. There's no quick load, quick save, so that's one of the limitations of this freaking thing. Add failure, what? So we do have like the option to actually play PlayStation 1, or at least like it's on here. Fatal Fury, Wild Ambition, Fighting Force. Oh, Fighting Force, bring back some time. Good times. NBA Jam, Raystorm. Oh, that's a really cool shmup. Shmup-a-da-bop. No idea if it's even going to be booting up. The loading times are horrible. That kind of has to do with the SD card they're using, because they're using these really cheap SD cards. And making a backup is maybe not a smart idea. It's like a really bad idea. It's better smart to do that. You can do it with Win32, super easy. And sometimes you can just copy paste all of the needed files. Same if you're going to be adding games. But so far, Raystorm. Yeah, this runs really choppy. You can see that it really struggles, and I think this is fun to actually leak with these like first generation game boxes, because yeah, it's getting better now. No, I must say that it's not too shabby. I thought at the beginning it was going to be really choppy. Does have the music, so that's cool. And if you love Shmup, there are some really good ones, as you can see over here. Raystorm, never heard of it. Sexy Parodius, man, this is such a fun game. I can remember that I had this for the first time many years ago when I was like buying some very strange game from a store that went bankrupt. And at first I'm like, what the heck is going on with this? But you know, playing through this game is such a happy eBay game. Super Bomb, there we go. The music. We do feel a little bit hotter in there, so the overall situation is absolutely playable. So when it comes to these side-scrolling like shmups, I must say these are absolutely my favorite. Oh, that was almost. There we go. Come on. Well, what I find a really bummer that there was no quick load, quick save, because I do use it nowadays way more often. One thing I wanted to check out, there is an audio delay. Yeah, that's one thing I actually wanted to check out, because this is like a general problem with these older devices. There's also no way actually getting into the menu, messing with the emulators and everything. Yeah, I can see that runs really choppy. So the audio delay is here, but it is like very minimum. But the overall performance is anyway pretty bad. Yeah, that's one thing for sure. Brawl Brothers is one of those games I never really experienced. I find it such an overall interesting beat 'em up. The games I actually played was Street of Rage on the Mega Drive or Genesis, and when it comes to like some other fighting games, it was, or beat 'em ups, was actually like Final Fight. But let's move into the game. Let's see how the overall emulation is. So nice. The guy's just freaking shooting with a freaking shotgun, but I can do like this transportation cool mode. Haha, okay, that's cool. I really love the style of this guy. You can just slide. So Super NES emulation also seems to be working fine. The most interesting thing about these devices is that you can find the weirdest older one version out there that has some pretty cool overall features with aspect ratio. And the emulation of NES, Super NES seems to be just fine. And we have some overall great performance with some PlayStation 1, but yeah. I have no idea what I'm doing over here. Doesn't matter. Next. Another thing I wanted to know, does the AV out actually work? So I'm still working for a good CRT that can actually accept all regions because I do have some limitations there, but let's see what's going on. So let's plug this thing out. We have a crazy amount of interference. Oh, why doesn't the LED turn on? So there we go. Let's see if there's anything going on. I do have some zooming. Oh. I have the idea that, do I have the wrong cable or what? Oh! What? Haha! Okay, that's pretty cool. And it's also on PAL mode. So we can actually play. So this is kind of cool to show. So let's go to manual. Let's go to shutter speed and let's make it 50. There we go. It's like magic. But let's plug this thing into a CRT. How cool is that? And let's go with some old school Capcom gaming. Yeah, let's see what's going on with Capcom. Like, oh, need to press 1 over here. So, but also interesting that it actually switches to like PAL. So I think if you just want to play some old school retro games, we can just do it like that. So that's kind of cool. And we can play arcade games on a CRT. Oh yeah. Oh, I don't know, I need to do this. Stereo sound. Let's lower the brightness. That is really bad. Let's give it an attempt. Cheat mode. So yeah, it's not going to be a perfect fit, that's one thing, because you can see that it's a little bit cut off at the bottom. I'm surprised how beautiful and colorful it is. So it's kind of cool to just play this for once on a CRT than always playing this on an LCD. Oh. There we go. Oh, this is such a silly game. Do his dance! And one thing to be sure is that when it comes to the overall quality of the image, it's not like super. Like it's still using old school AV out. So that's what you're getting when it comes to the colors and everything. Wow. I can do a move with this horrible D-pad. There we go. But I can't do my flying kick. Joystick. Joystick saved the day. But another thing I was really surprised by, that actually the Art of Fighting 3 seems to be working, because that is one of the games that is always quite difficult to emulate. So with the Neo Geo, we can actually do some really cool things. So you can have like a very nice menu. So in going in and out, it will automatically go back to number 1. So that is a little bit of a downside. But this thing has some potential. Yeah, absolutely. I do realize something. You can see that we do have some bezels. So what we're going to be doing now is the following. We need to remember that we're going to be playing this particular game, Blazing Star. Everything is a little bit cut off, or at least in the game. And I think this has to do because of the settings. So we need to go back to the settings, because normally we're using a 6:9 monitor. Going back to keep original aspect ratio, we're going to be shutting that off. Going back to Neo Geo, of course, because I love Neo Geo. Next up, let's go back to Blazing Star. Where's the freaking thing? There I go. Oh, the menu is slow as crazy. And I think I'm going to be running up now, though I don't have the weird bezels. And yeah, it does actually have loading times, but also the loading now completely on the screen itself. So I think it's actually pretty good now. So if you can even add a controller, I think it would be cool to have like an arcade controller. If you can even do that, that would be pretty cool. It's still not like the most epic, let's say ultimate way to have this going on, because we have FPGA technology, but I think if like a fine and cheap machine like this, you just want to enjoy some old school arcade games on a CRT, you can actually do that. And emulation performance is not bad at all. But if you wonder, can we actually connect both? No, we can't. If you're going to be plugging in the HDMI, it will automatically switches. So, yeah. Okay, so we do actually need to reset it now, because that is something he didn't like, that I was actually like switching. But it makes me wonder, so if you're going to be having an X input, let's say device like a controller or an arcade stick, so we can actually navigate with this particular controller, so that is a good thing. So that means we can actually use different controls. So this normally the going in situation, battle K control. Just wanted to see what's going on when it comes to the emulation performance more, but also I'll just check out when it comes for using this particular controller. Can we use it in game? Can we use all the functionalities like credit and everything? Okay, so everything is right. Okay, we can actually use that. You do hear the stutters, but yeah, it is not running full speed. It does struggle big time. So that's unfortunate. But what we can do actually is use an X input controller, and that is pretty cool. So if you're going to be having an Xbox 360 controller, like an arcade stick or whatever, or something else, we can hook it up to this device, plug it into a television, and can play games. So this game is glitching as crazy. Look at this. I'm actually moving two characters at the same time. So this means he is actually detecting two controllers. Getting some JoJo Bizarre Adventures over here with my shadow. How do you call that? And it seems to be this thing even has some preview videos. However, you know, I love these wicked things from China, because you will be surprised sometimes with some of these things. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of hooking such an, like say, cheap emulator to your CRT? Do you think it's kind of cool? So combining this with the right tools, you can even make yourself like a semi-arcade situation. Thank you all for watching, and it will be great to see you in the next video.